Good day to all you fine folks. Keep away from that pause button today. Welcome back to the Ballers Bay, your favorite NBA podcast in an Indian accent. For all them fine folks tuning in for the first time, we're glad you could join us. We upload an episode every week, apart from when we don't. You can follow us on Twitter at Ballers Bay Pod and at Instagram at NBA underscore Ballers Bay and at Facebook at NBA Ballers Bay Podcast. We have a lot to get through this week, so let's get straight to it. Speaking of a lot, my co-host Vinny Devaya is with me once again, back at it again for another week in India. Vinny, say hi.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
What's with this morose, sad sounding hi?
Well, all these sad news of super teams being formed again and again. It's just sad. My poor Spurs.
They cannot afford to bring anyone to the San Antonio
I know.
team. How is that possible? Well, anyway, let's not leave the audience in a little bit of confusion state. Breaking news: Anthony Davis, our perennial next big thing of the NBA, has decided to say goodbye to the Louisiana life. He has informed the Pelicans, I guess his agent informed the Pelicans that he'll not be signing an extension to stay one more year. So I think that means that either he'll leave at the end of next year as a free agent, or they can trade him before the trade deadline, which is what, Feb
So
something.
yeah,
Just
like
so that is nothing. We have a week left.
yeah, 1 week
So
left.
it's going to be an action-packed day, action-packed week
Yep.
for all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need go for it.
Well, first of all, by the time this pod is going to be released, it won't be breaking news.
It might be released tomorrow if everything goes well.
Everything goes well. Okay. Well, I mean, there's nothing to take. I think it's just sad that another phenomenal player is leaving a small market team to go join probably a larger market like the Lakers or potentially Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad.
Well, that's the basis of capitalism. There's all
No.
these
I mean,
people when
I
they
think,
realize their value.
yeah, I think Anthony Davis has to do it.
Ah.
But I just think that it's just sad because there's some very good
But
small teams.
as someone from a small market like Coorg yourself, do you relate to Louisiana that way?
No,
Is that what
no,
the angst is about?
no. I think the angst really is that as a startup guy,
Okay,
I
okay.
think a lot can be done with smaller things than like
Hmm.
joining juggernauts.
Yeah, but you wouldn't really call the Lakers right now a juggernaut. I mean, it's not like he's going and joining the Warriors or something. I mean, you never know. Maybe he'll go and join the Warriors. Oh, no, he can't go and join the Warriors, can he? He could, probably. What if they say? So let's try to dig a little deeper there instead of letting my thoughts go astray.
Yes.
What possible scenarios? I mean, Lakers, obviously his agent is Rich Paul,
Yeah.
like a childhood friend of LeBron James. So there is that. Plus, it has been. I think we have discussed this on the pod also that Anthony Davis might move on to Lakers, but let's keep aside Lakers for now. We'll talk about the Lakers in a while. Other teams, I mean, I would say OKC has no chance of landing.
No.
Anthony Davis, but Boston Celtics,
Yes.
they have a
Well,
very good chance. They have the
I think the
resources.
key is Anthony Davis, like Davis says, would go to a team that is looking to win
A
or is going,
contender.
is a contender. So if you look at the
Definitely.
contenders, you have the Rockets, the
Yes.
Celtics, the Raptors, and the Bucks.
Mhm.
Right? So you have these four
Yeah.
teams, and I think
But do you think he's a better? So it comes down to two things for me at least. It comes down to two things for me at least. As in, is there a fit with the team, or does the team have enough to lure him? I mean, lure him out of New Orleans by giving something away, right? I mean, New Orleans has already lost Rondo, DeMarcus Cousins, so now they are gonna lose Anthony Davis. They are left with Mirotic, Drew Holiday, and Julius Randle. So, who do you think has someone who can, you know, put it there and then have a straight on? I don't think a straight trade is possible. I don't think there's anyone of the caliber of Anthony Davis on the trading block.
yeah.
But uh, uh, I mean, please
Yeah, I mean, I think
help me
that's
out.
interesting. I think what happened with both Paul George as well as Kawhi Leonard, where they decided we don't want to stay there, and the team instead of just, what happened with Kyrie Irving was Kyrie Irving didn't want to go, didn't want to stay. He said, I want to go to the Celtics. They traded him to the
Yes.
Celtics. Um, but that did not happen with Kawhi Leonard as well as with
Paul
Paul
George.
George. And
Hmm.
Paul George stayed back. So, and hopefully, the way Kawhi Leonard is playing, he probably gets convinced that he could win a championship with the Raptors, right? So,
Okay.
uh, I definitely think there is a potential where the New Orleans Pelicans say, you know what, we are losing this guy. There's no point keeping him for a year. It's not like
Yes.
you know,
They're not making the playoffs, so
they're
it's
not.
not like it's going to be a long year.
Yeah,
Yeah, their year will end in March.
and I think anyway, keep this point in mind, but uh, yeah, I think they will probably just try to get the best fit for themselves. I don't know what team that would be that could give you something in return for Anthony Davis. I
Hmm.
just can't think of any team. But I think
I
we'll
mean,
figure it out.
maybe three people. So let's take Boston for example. Like Boston has, they have Jason Tatum, they have Al Horford, they have like Jalen Rose, Marcus Smart. They have a lot of proven, not high maintenance players in their team. Like I mean, Jason Tatum is amazing. Like any team should really try to, if they're trying to, if they're giving away someone like as established as Anthony Davis, they should at least get back a Jason Tatum. Is my thinking. Like Lakers could lure them with Ingram and Kuzma, or maybe just Kuzma and Josh Hart or someone like that. But if you give away Anthony Davis and you can't even get someone of the caliber of Kuzma or an Ingram or Jason Tatum, then I think that would be like a really horrible way to lose your um, franchise player.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think it should be Lakers because I mean I have no other way. It's just the, it's just the rumor mill that's been going on, which saying he's already got a house there. His agent is this. LeBron really wants to play with him,
yeah.
and Anthony Davis could do wonders on the
Oh
Lakers team.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
imagine.
I
Hmm.
mean, LeBron
But
and
then what?
Anthony Davis on the same team would
Hmm.
just be.
Yeah.
I think that would be the death of the Warriors, because I mean, that would be unstoppable in my opinion. Uh,
But then again, see, I think the reason that they have had to make these amazing super teams is because of this one super team in Oakland,
yeah,
where they put five all stars on the starting court. But imagine if KD. I mean, do you think this comes into the, because it's all related, right? Like when one team makes a strong move, then the other teams have to retaliate to that.
yeah,
When like LeBron and Kyrie beat the 73-9 Warriors, but they could not touch the 73-9 plus Kevin Durant
yeah.
Warriors.
Nobody can.
So now nobody can. Now they are trying to bring AD in, but what if Kevin Durant leaves next year? I first of all, I don't think. I mean, personally, I don't think LeBron and AD is enough to beat the Warriors. But if next year KD leaves the Warriors and the Warriors just have their initial core, like Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and players to play around them, and Livingston's and all their
Versatile.
amazing
Yeah,
caliber
yeah.
players. Then I think LeBron and AD are like a really good team. So how does that work out for the league?
I think LeBron and AD on the same team is I would be surprised that even if Kevin Durant is on the Warriors,
Okay.
Warriors gonna win, because they
Hmm.
you can't stop the two of them, and that
You can't
you
stop the two of
can't
them.
stop the
That's
two of
agree.
them, but
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
could probably stop Clay and you could probably stop Kevin Durant. You probably can't stop Steph, but
Hmm.
you there's no way you're stopping AD from getting to the rack. You're not going to stop LeBron from getting to the rack. Who's going to defend AD in the Warriors?
No one.
No one. Who's going to defend LeBron?
I mean, I think.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree that this team is enough to be the Warriors as it is, but I hope next year KD leaves for the New York Knicks. Or
I mean, Rondo, LeBron, and AD. I think because is something that I would be afraid of, because if Rondo starts doing Rondo things, then it's just
playoff Rondo
yeah,
things.
then
Yeah,
it's just
that's
difficult.
a different beast
Yeah.
altogether. But take, I mean, yeah, I think we've talked about playoff round a long time. We have to see how it comes together. But if you were Rob Pelinka, like if you were the GM of the Lakers, who would you be willing to give up to get AD? And be reasonable. I know you'll be like, yeah, get rid of the whole team. We don't care if we can get AD. But
I think I would give up Lonzo
mm,
and Ingram and Josh Hart, probably. These three I
mm,
would get. Because, I mean, they have four good young players, right? Including Kuzma. And if I have the option of keeping one, I would keep Kuzma. And I would
okay.
give up everybody else.
Hmm. Like even the maintenance stuff is like, yeah, take them also,
Well, I would
please.
not give up the Zubic, whatever his name is.
Zubac.
Zubac.
Uh,
Ivan Zubac,
okay.
something like that.
Ivan Zubac. Yeah, he can be backup center to AD now.
Yeah, no, I would not give up because that guy is young, hungry, does the work. Never give up on that.
Okay.
Uh,
Again, little startup feelings are coming back.
yes,
I can
startup
almost.
feelings.
Okay. Well, I guess by next episode we will have a much clearer idea as to where he's going, or maybe not next episode, but the episode after that we'll definitely know where he's going or where he's not. I mean, you don't think there's any way that they're gonna hold on till next year when he just leaves in free agency, right? That would be uh, comically stupid.
Well, I mean, I don't think they would do that because he's already playing really. I mean, he is putting up numbers, but I don't think he's really looking to win. I think he could have won a lot of games that he. Because sometimes I would just look at his stat line, and sometimes I would look at the opponent they're playing, and it'd be like,
Mm,
AD should be able to take care of business. Like
mm,
he's that
mm,
good a player. But I just think he knew he was leaving, and he just you know he didn't care.
yeah.
He just wanted to put up some big numbers, didn't really care about winning
Mm,
that much. And
mm.
I don't think
Get
that's
the
that's a
stock up.
that's a very good sign. In my opinion, I think whether or not he's leaving or not leaving, he should have tried to leave the Pelicans in a position where at least they were competing for the playoffs, and they've really taken care of him. So I guess he should have done
Mm.
that at least instead of not playing.
Yeah, but I think this is some throwback to something that you said in like 2 episodes before when we were not betting, we were talking about what is AD's life like, and you said if the front management, I mean the front office does not give you a chance to win, then it is really difficult to motivate yourself to
Yeah.
try to get the thing over.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I see both the sides. I see AD's side. I'm just
Hmm.
saying that
Hmm.
as as
It
as a
it should not be
as
that
a
way.
professional,
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
it should not be that way. Yes.
Moving on, then I think we've been talking about too many All Stars now, so we can talk about our All Star picks versus the actual All Star starter picks. I mean, we even picked a sixth man, which didn't really turn out that
Yeah.
well. Neither Jimmy Butler, not. I mean, I guess your sixth man did make it though.
Yes, Kemba.
Kevin Durant.
Oh,
Yes,
Kevin Durant.
Kevin
True, true,
Durant.
true, true. But I think wasn't my sixth
Yeah.
man also Kemba Walker?
Yes, but Kemba Walker was in my starting lineup
Oh,
though.
he was in starter. Oh yeah,
I think in the
mine was
East.
Oladipo.
Yeah, Oladipo. Oh, prayers up to Oladipo, I think. Yeah,
Hashtag prayers.
goes without saying.
Yes.
Thoughts and prayers. Anyway, so so we had the. I mean, as a reminder, I mean, I hope everyone who is watching this podcast remembers that this was the final starters for the Western Conference All Stars. Let's start with the highest vote getter, LeBron James. Then it goes Kevin Durant, PG 13, Paul George, Steph Curry, and James Harden. And for the East, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Joel Embiid. Their top vote getter, Giannis, who's the captain now, and Kawhi Leonard. So now we have the task of picking out reserves. So that's 7 players in the West and the East. No restriction on position or anything. So
You should
do you want
start.
to do this together?
Yeah, you should
Do
start.
you want to do? I'll start. I will. We'll pick up something and then we'll like talk about it. So for the West, we'll start with the West. I think without doubt, let's throw out some names and maybe we can figure out whether you agree with it or not, and then maybe we can talk about
Okay.
what it is. There are 7 players to be decided. For me, I think without doubt, first one would be Russell Westbrook.
First one.
First time ever, yeah. I mean, Russell Westbrook is. I hope he's good for your team also. That's all.
Well, I mean, he's good because of what he's done before, but I mean, he's just playing horrible at this point. I would
He might be shooting
my
horrible.
first thing would be Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic. Okay, well. Okay, I'm not gonna argue against Jokic. Sorry, Jokic, we campaigned a lot, but these racist people refuse to vote for you. Uh,
Racist.
this MAGA hat donning.
I don't know why the Denver. I mean, he didn't get even like a million votes. I was just like, come on.
Exactly, that is terrible. Absolutely
Yeah.
terrible. Like how is the number two team in the West?
It's like he reminds me of
Uh,
Tim Duncan.
no man, Tim Duncan got more love.
He got.
Tim
He
Duncan
was just.
was.
He was too good. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's not compare Jokic and Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Tim Duncan is. But yeah. So Jokic, we have. I've got Westbrook, and then Tobias Harris. The Tobias Harris. I
Yes.
think. I
Yes.
think he definitely needs to be there.
Yes.
Not just for his initial burst, but Clippers still in the playoff
Yeah.
run, and you have to reward
Winning.
being in the playoff run in the West.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Go for it.
I'm not putting Russell Westbrook yet.
You're not putting Russell
No.
Westbrook. Okay, then we will come back to that.
Hmm.
What about Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis isn't he a
Yeah.
starter? No,
No,
he's
he's
not.
not.
Then Anthony Davis.
Uh, Anthony Davis, definitely. Okay, then go for it. You
So
wanna?
the reserves don't have like specific spots, right?
No. Reserves are like
Anybody.
seven people, just seven. Chosen by coaches only,
Oh,
I
okay,
think.
okay.
Not
Well, I
anyone
would
else. It's
say
only
I would say
coaches.
then Clay Thompson.
Clay Thompson. I would not agree with Clay Thompson, but yeah, I mean, this is not a democracy, so it's some sort of a mix between oligarchy and plutocracy. So, Clay Thompson.
I would then
Thompson.
add probably LaMarcus Aldridge.
Marcus Aldridge, or do you want to go for DeMar DeRozan?
No,
No, no. Simple.
sorry.
Marcus Aldridge. Okay. This is.
Yes. So I have 5 now. I have 2 more spots.
Um, you have five without. Oh yeah, you have five without
Without Russell.
Westbrook. I don't think you can find a better guard than Russell Westbrook in the reserve category.
Hmm.
Think about it.
Let me.
In the
I
West,
would put Luka
yeah.
Doncic. Luka Doncic.
Look, look at Doncic.
Luka.
Mini goat, baby goat.
Luka Doncic. Man, that guy is so good.
I think he gave the business to Kawhi Leonard. Was it today
Oh,
in
yeah.
the game against
Everybody.
yeah, I mean in the game against the Raptors, I think he was giving him the business, just like pulling up, doing like
That guy's crazy, man. It's just
that's
I
crazy.
don't know how the Hawks gave up. It's just so stupid.
Hawks trying to be the new Knicks.
Yes, I have one more spot. I'm not gonna give Russell Westbrook.
And you're not getting it. You're just a hater, man. Just a absolute hater. You can name one guard better
He's
than.
shooting at 26%.
He's shooting at 26% from three. He's not even taking that many threes now. It's a process, man. Like you have to get back into the whole groove of it.
No.
He's averaging a triple double again this
Hashtag
season.
why not? Okay, Eastern Reserve. Let's go.
Oh, did you? The why not means you have put Russell Westbrook in
No,
the
I have
thing.
not. I'm just thinking.
What?
I'm
You're just saying hashtag why not?
Yes. Why not put him? Is what I'm saying.
Why not put him?
I mean,
That's not how this.
he's gonna get in.
He is gonna get him. Don't be a hater. Don't try to pick up Victor Oladipo, someone who's injured and won't be able to play.
Okay, Eastern Reserve.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
hashtag thoughts and prayers. Yeah. Okay. In the East, who do we have? I think Jimmy Butler should be there
Man, why do you
in the
love Jimmy
reserves.
Butler?
Jimmy Butler's Jimmy G Butler. Jimmy gets buckets.
Oh, he doesn't
But
get
I think
buckets.
I think yeah. I mean, he's recently not been doing it. I actually wouldn't really mind it if Ben Simmons was also had replaced Jimmy Butler. I would be very okay if it was Ben Simmons instead of Jimmy Butler. You know what? I'll put Ben Simmons in there. Ben Simmons, not Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Who else?
Yes. Who else? I think Dwayne Wade as a final bye to his career.
Yes.
One last chance. Dwayne Wade deserves that
Yes.
chip. He was, I think, the first superstar from the 2003 draft class to win a championship. I mean, win a Finals MVP at least. So.
Then who? Man, the Eastern Conference is so bad. This is nobody.
We'll have to pick out people like Chris Middleton. Or why not go for Chris Middleton?
Someone from Brooklyn Nets for sure.
Oh, then I think Spencer Dinwiddie. He's my new favorite
Name.
French bearded.
Okay.
Uh, he's also my exactly you got it right. Also, he's also one of my favorite names in the NBA.
Yeah, he's my favorite name.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Then
And it's not like I don't like
someone from the
D'Angelo
Raptors. Come
Russell,
on.
but Raptors, I don't know. Maybe you can
Siakam.
put Siakam. Yeah,
Siakam.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, they are winning, and Siakam did hit a game winner. So
Siakam or
I don't
Lowry, one
think.
of those.
I don't know. Lowry always keeps going to the All-Star game. Siakam has not been there.
Yeah. Who else? Magic, no one's
Else I could
playing
put.
really well. Hawks, no. Bulls, no. Knicks, no. It's just a bunch of shitty teams.
You just, I think if you go through the first 4-5 in the East, I think that's all
Oh,
there
you
is
know
in
who
the
I'm going to
East.
put in my
Oh
Western
God,
Reserve?
have you found someone
In the
in your
West.
Western Reserve?
My
Please tell me.
Derrick Rose.
Ah, God. Saying Derrick Rose deserves it more than Westbrook.
Absolutely.
Is this Derrick Rose's last season or something?
Absolutely, he deserves it. He's playing.
What nonsense.
He's playing amazing.
Absolutely hate spewing out of your fingers. Absolute hatred.
Sorry. Triple doubles
Sorry.
doesn't do it for me.
He's making sure that everyone else gets a chance to shoot. You should have seen him set the pace, man.
Okay,
Like,
Eastern
it's
Reserve.
not
Let's
just
go to Eastern Reserve.
Eastern Reserves. Who else can we pick from the East? What is the top team in the East? Yeah, I told you Chris Middleton. Why not go for Chris Middleton? There's no one else. Like, he is very important. I mean, I think Chris Middleton deserves to be in the All-Star team.
Chris Middleton.
Not because he's an All-Star, but because we literally have run out of names in the Eastern Conference.
One more. We need one more. Someone from the Celtics.
Someone from the Celtics. I don't know. You could put Al Horford. He's perennial underachieving.
Yes,
Second thought All-Star.
Al Horford. Yeah, that's it. I don't give a shit about Eastern Reserves.
Yeah, exactly. This is absolutely tiring and a boring exercise.
Seriously. Hard. The Eastern Conference is such shit, man.
Yeah, man. They just take my advice and rename all these conferences to like the one big conference. Maybe they throw out some teams also. You don't need 30 teams anymore.
Yeah,
30 teams
I think
is
like New Orleans anyway. It's done for them.
Yeah, you can bring a team to Seattle or something. See, like imagine the state of California has 4 teams. I think they have Golden State, they have Sacramento, they have the two Los Angeles teams.
Yeah.
Throw out the Clippers, send them to Seattle. Everyone will be happy.
Yeah, I mean the Amazon guy should do something. Jeff Bezos should go and buy one of his
I
teams.
think he's a little busy in counting half his money. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take off Derrick Rose.
And
I'm gonna put.
You found someone?
Yeah.
Who?
Man, Portland Trailblazers.
Don't say Dame Dollar.
Disrespect. We are disrespecting him. The Dame
I told you already. He's not better than Westbrook. So for me, Dame Dollar, actually Dame Dollar is pretty good, but still does not come over Russell Westbrook.
So maybe would you take off Luka Doncic and put Russell Westbrook? No, come on. You want to watch Luka Doncic in the All-Star game? Come on.
Still not over Westbrook. I would definitely take off. I'll take off LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge is. I don't think he's been an All-Star and all this. He might have some number something. He did kill us for 56 points or 52 points or something. But still, maybe that also.
OKC and Spurs are like 2 games away.
From what? Oh, okay. Yeah.
2 losses away. Sorry.
2 games behind or whatever that means. I think 2 games behind means 1 loss away. Like 1 win, 1 loss. Whatever. Anyways. Yes. So we have a team and then maybe you can find it in the description what you've decided as the reserves, because we're not going to sit and like
debate this
anymore.
I mean, you just want to put Russell Westbrook even though he's been playing like shit.
He's not been playing. I saw the game today. Did you see the game against the Bucks today? He was pretty. I mean, he was shooting pretty bad. I think it was 25% or something. But see, there are some shots where it doesn't matter if it goes in or not. Like, he's taking shots. Let me finish. Wait for it. See, that's what I'm telling you. Like, the 5 for 20 is not a great indication because, first of all, he only took, I think, 5 3-pointers in this game. and he drained 2 of them, which is like 40%. So just out of the gate, 3-point shooting is restrained, and which means more better selection. But again, man, like a lot of the shots were when OKC was already up 15 points or already up 20 points, so it didn't really matter if it went in or not. So you should calm down the titties and give him a break. He had 13 rebounds, about 13 or 15 assists or something. It was a proper triple double.
I think what it does is he has a deal with Steven Adams. For every rebound Steven Adams lets him take, like he gets like $100,000. That's what I think.
That's still a very cheap. It's a bargain.
Oh,
But see, I need to correct this, misconception that people have that Russell Westbrook is just taking rebounds just to get rebounds. When he gets the rebound, he's already, he's moving. The transition game has started. Like when he gets the rebound, it's not like he dribbles slowly. And he gets the rebound and immediately he's off. And that immediately sets everyone is like OKC for the past 4 or 5 years has been without doubt one of the most athletic, one of the most running teams in the NBA. They blocked Giannis 7 times today. I think that, or 8 times. The most number of times he's been blocked in the game. Like Jeremy Grant blocked him 5 times, and he was his primary defender most of the times. Like completely neutralized MVP candidate number one, like numero uno MVP candidate who scores most of his baskets in the paint. So it's because they have such athletic long people. It's like they don't stand and wait and try to set up. This like a fast movement thing. That's why Westbrook gets the rebounds over Steven Adams. You should not look at rebounds that he's stolen, but you should look at how many rebounds that the team has gotten
okay.
from like defensive rebound percentages wise. It's you're looking at the wrong numbers, my friend.
Okay. All right.
And that's why Westbrook deserves to be in the starting lineup. But yeah, he could not be. But he still deserves to be in the reserve. He absolutely deserves to be in the reserve. Trust me, mark my words. Dame Dollar might not make it, but Russell Westbrook will definitely make it.
Dame Dollar is definitely
Mark
making
my
it.
words.
Maybe Klay Thompson
then
may
Westbrook
not
is also making it.
Because like who would you take off? Like let's go through the list, okay?
If we had to go through the list,
Yeah, would you take off Nikola Jokic for Russell Westbrook?
Never. No.
Maybe you may take Tobias Harris out for Russell Westbrook.
For Russell Westbrook, yeah, probably. I mean, right now it looks
Anthony Davis, no. Klay Thompson, no. LaMarcus Aldridge, no. Who? LaMarcus Aldridge?
I don't know. Maybe they can have a fight. Like Tobias Harris could fight LaMarcus Aldridge, and the winner could take the place.
It's possible. It's possible.
They are thinking of different ways to spice up the All-Star weekend.
But Spurs are number 5 in the league, right? In Western Conference, and tied with Houston. And they have no big All-Star player, other than.
Yeah, but Tobias Harris is never going to make All-Star, man. Like LaMarcus Aldridge is already like a 2-3 time All-Star. Like Tobias Harris is never going to be an All-Star again in his life, probably.
Okay, so I feel the people that may get missed out are Tobias Harris and Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
one of those two.
Though I really do want Luka Doncic to play in the All-Star game.
I want him to be
someday,
MVP.
Yeah.
I want Steve Kerr or whoever. Who's going to be the coach?
I think last year it was Steve Kerr, so this year it might be who's second. So the Mike Malone. You don't let the same coach coach the All-Star team 2 years in a row. There's a rule like that.
Okay. So I think that's what is going to happen.
Well, it'll be fun. I think it is next to next weekend. So no, next to next weekend. Yeah, the 14th weekend or something. There's something else on Feb 14th. Oh, it's a marriage. No, not that. Okay. What else happened? Harden just is doing 50-point average games through this period.
Yeah.
I think there was a point of time where he was 200 points in 4 games, which is a very simple 50 points per game. I mean, that is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think we had a debate with the Hoopistani, one of our favorite podcasters of Indian basketball, as to like he said he does not like what Harden's game is.
Yeah.
Like he does not like all the flailing and drawing fouls. But I saw a stat which said that if you took out all of James Harden's free throws this year, he would still be leading the league in scoring. And that I could not
believe.
I could not believe that also. Absolutely could not believe. But I did not do the smart thing of doing and going and checking. I just thought, oh, if I don't believe, then I'll just stick to not believing it.
I don't think that is true. I think he's averaging like
That is true.
11 free throws, made free throws a game.
No. I think he's no. He's averaging 11 free throws attempted a game, not made.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that would make sense. But even then, if he makes like 80%, which is his percentage, that's like 8 points.
8 of them, 7 of
So I
them.
don't think
Yeah.
he would lead it because the leading scorer is Steph at almost 30.
Um, yeah, like I said, I have not deep dived into the data, so let our biases run free.
Yes,
This is like
absolutely. What else is
absolutely.
sports for other than biases?
Exactly. What this whole podcast is based on, our bias thinking that we are really good at what we do.
Absolutely. We're the
Absolutely.
best.
Yes, true.
Just like
A
Russell Westbrook
little
is
more
the
bias.
best.
No, we are actually the best. Like Russell Westbrook is a beast. Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, apart from that, the Thunder has won 5 games. This
Nobody
for my
cares.
Thunder up
Nobody cares about.
hashtag. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. The hashtag Thunder up. We've been winning 5 games. Today we beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Absolute delight of a game. It's always nice to see Thunder beating great teams at home. Away is a different deal altogether. We're still in the midst of our toughest schedule. So yeah, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I think we have more road games coming from now on. Apart from that, the Warriors are. Yeah, do you want to talk about how the Warriors are now finally
No,
showing up as
no,
the?
no,
No, okay.
no.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for keeping the integrity of the sport alive.
Yes,
Yeah, we've not been receiving any mails saying you'd stop talking about the Warriors. So
that's a good
I
thing.
just thought, I just sent a few mails myself to our email ID saying stop talking about the Warriors so much. Well, that's that then. I think we might add a special.
Segment,
Should I
maybe.
maybe
Maybe.
no maybe we will
Oh,
add it.
we will. Okay, we will
We
add it,
will add it.
and
We will add
you
it
will hear it in like the next 10 seconds.
in this episode. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. That exactly. So there'll be a separate intro for that. Then cheers. Then all right, guys. See you all, everyone, for the next uh episode.
All right,
That's the word,
see
right?
you guys
Yeah, see you. All right.
and girls.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yes. Girls. Yes.
Welcome to Ballers Bay, Rashad, and huge fan. Always watched you. Actually, I was a big fan in the Orlando thing.
Yes.
Not the Sonics one, because I just really like the structure, how you guys played, and
Yes.
it was really cool. I think that was the first time they had the whole shooters on the
Yeah,
side.
small ball
yeah,
with
small ball,
with one center, Dwight Howard in the middle,
I
and
don't
we
think
shot.
people give that too much credit
Right.
to that team. So what I wanted to really start off with, is first is you were one of the very, I think, first people to get out of high school
Uh-huh.
into the basketball
Yes.
arena. How your experience was, and what do you think about some of the new guys coming in? I think Zion is creating a lot of
Right.
hype around his athleticism
Right.
coming into the NBA, and
Yeah.
just speak about that kind of journey from there.
My experience coming out of high school into the NBA was, it was I wouldn't say difficult experience, but it was most definitely different because you're going from playing with high school kids to grown men that knows the game and have high IQ of the game, and they're a lot more bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. So the difference was just being able to fit in with those guys and doing the little things because I was kind of small, I was skinny, but being experienced goes a long way in the game. I learned a lot overnight. Playing with Gary Payton my first year was a fast learning experience because everybody knows what type of player he is.
And you played with him in the
Seattle.
Yeah,
I played with him with the Seattle Supersonics,
but he's also the coach right now for
he's the coach for my Big Three team.
Big
Exactly
Three.
right. Yeah, you're exactly right. So I was with Gary in Seattle for like a year and a half before they 2 years, and then they traded him for Ray Allen, and that's who I started my most of my career with in Seattle with Ray Allen. And that's when I really became an elite player.
Right.
He taught me a lot of the little things. I used to sit there and listen to him. I worked out with him during the summer. He taught me a lot of the things, how to take care of your body off the court and to be consistent on the court to become an all-star. And we would sit there and listen to him in the locker room as young kids because a lot of us looked up to him. We would see him get to the gym early, getting extra shots up. You would see him staying after practice, getting shots up, lifting weights. And so we would kind of just follow his lead. He wouldn't have to sit there and tell us, get here early. We would watch him, and then everybody just started doing what he did, and that's a example of a great leader, of him not just telling you what to do, but he goes out there and lead by example.
And so it must have been really good to win the championship with him, and him
Yes, exactly.
hitting the three-pointer on the
And
side.
he's a major reason why I went back to Miami, because we both was free agents that summer.
Right.
And I was actually Miami. I was going to visit them, but I was actually getting ready to fly to the Atlanta Hawks to visit the team, and was thinking about signing with them. But he called me a day before I went to visit him and told me he just got off the phone with Pat Riley, and they was recruiting me as well. And he was like, this is a chance for us to get back together to win a championship. And I was like, well, I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow, so I'm supposed to meet with Pat next week. And then I was like, I'll let you know. He was like, come on, Rashard. He said, are you trying to win a championship? If you're trying to win a championship, why are you going down to Atlanta? Because you're not going to beat us. That's what he told me. So I was like, you know what?
You're right.
You know what, Ray? You're right. So I called my agent. I said, cancel the Atlanta trip. Let's go down to Miami. Let's go to Miami, because if I really want to win a championship before my career is over, I think this is our best opportunity. Awesome. And we both ended up teaming up in Miami, playing together for 2 years, and it was probably two of the best years of my career.
Right. So I'm a huge Spurs fan,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things I always wanted somebody to ask somebody is, how does an opponent really think of the Spurs?
Yeah.
And how do you plan? Because I think you guys met them twice.
Right.
Almost lost the one
Yes.
that you won, and then kind of.
It's hard to plan for the Spurs. They're such a great team, but a lot of credit to Greg Popovich. He's a tremendous coach. Even when I started playing in Seattle, the Spurs and the Lakers was dominant. And then when I went to Orlando, they continued to be dominant. And even when I was in Miami, they were still a dominant team. And a lot of that, I think, credit should go to Greg Popovich. Of course, they had great players, but Greg Popovich for sure. But yeah, that first year, we beat the Spurs in the finals when Ray Allen hit the big three-pointer. Obviously that was a great year for us.
Yes.
But the Spurs remembered that. They didn't forget about that.
No.
That following year, we went back to the finals to played the Spurs again in the finals.
You got 4-1.
Oh my God, 4-1. They killed us. They remember what happened the year before that, because I can remember. I think they had the home court advantage. They won game 1.
Yeah.
We won game 2 on their home court, so it was tied 1-1 going back to Miami. They beat the brakes off us. They blew us out the two games at home. I mean, they whooped us. Yeah. And we was kind of like a deer in headlights, like, oh my gosh. And then when they went back to San Antonio, and they did not hesitate at all. They wasn't comfortable. They finished us off in San Antonio. I mean, you can just tell that was a team that remembered what happened to them last year, that we took the championship from them, and they wasn't going to let it happen again.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so when you plan for a team like that, the reason I ask this is because most teams usually have, one or two players that you kind of plan for.
Right.
But with the Spurs, I think you probably have to plan for
you got to plan for everybody. Not only the starting fives, but they're a good team that plays as a team. Right. Even the guys come off the bench. They had like 3 guys. Ginobili was a 6 man. He came off the bench. You had you had the game plan for Ginobili. I mean, they had shooters, Bonner. It was Greg Popovich was a guy that used everybody on the team, and if you don't game plan, if you don't get the scout report on at least the whole team or 10 guys on the team, you may not beat them.
Right. And in your career, which was the team that you really, really wanted to play for?
I always wanted to play for the Houston Rockets just because I grew up there. I'm from Houston. Coming out of high school, they had 3 picks in the first round. They didn't draft me, which has probably worked out better for me because I was a young kid at the time and I got away from home and I was able to grow up and mature and learn how to play the game. But I always wanted to go back home and play in front of my family and friends.
You would have probably joined the T-Mac, Yao Ming.
Probably T-Mac, yeah, Yao Ming. Before T-Mac got there, I think it was Steve Francis, Coutinho Mobley.
Oh, right.
And then when he left, it was T-Mac, Yao Ming, yeah.
And a couple of last more questions about your stint in Orlando, because that's when I sort of really had a liking for you and your game. How do you describe that whole situation? Because I think you guys came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Really dominated the whole. The
East.
The league. Even
right.
I would say if you didn't have Kobe Bryant on the Lakers,
right,
you
would have had a chance.
Yeah, you would have had a chance. How did that happen? And and Dwight seemed so dominant, and kind of his fall from there.
Yeah.
How do you really put that in perspective?
Nowhere, it was a good fit for me, and Stan Van Gundy and Otis did a great job of recruiting guys to play around Dwight. He put a good team together. With J.J. Redick, Jameer Nelson, Marcin Gortat was a backup center. I was out there. Mikael Petrus. Hito Turkoglu was the man, though.
Yeah,
he
he was the
like
man.
our matchup problem. Me and Hito Turkoglu was
How can you forget
that was
him?
my guy. That was my
your
number.
guy,
That's my guy right there. And
Yeah.
and I still talk to him to this day. But we had such a matchup problem on the team because me and Hito Turkoglu pretty much played the same position,
yeah.
but he was like our big point guard.
Yeah.
He ran a lot of pick and rolls with Dwight Howard, and he was a great passer. If you didn't pick up Dwight on a roll, it was a dunk or it was an alley-oop lob for a dunk. So, and then if you did pick him up on a roll, we was sitting on the three-point line just waiting to knock it down.
Yeah.
So, we played inside out because he was such a dominant player. Stan wanted us to get the ball to him as much as possible because he demanded so much attention, and when we got it to him, it would leave us wide open. So we was able to shoot a lot of threes that year, and a lot of credit goes to Stan because he put that chemistry together and made it work.
Got it. Awesome. Quick rapid fire questions. Favorite team that you have played on?
Favorite team I played on?
Yeah.
Miami. I want to say Orlando because I had such a great career there, but winning the championship, you can't beat that.
Favorite player today?
Favorite player today, the Greek Freak.
The Greek Freak?
Yeah,
Wow.
I like him.
Favorite player ever?
Ever? Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan?
I would say LeBron, but he's still playing. I want people to let him retire before they say he's the best player.
Right.
Let him continue to win. Yeah.
What do you think about the Warriors? They're just dominant.
Dominant, unbelievable. I think Steph.
Do you think that's good for the league, though?
I like it because the Bulls was the same way a long time ago. It barely comes a team that can dominate like that. So I think we need to enjoy it because that team could easily be broken up after this summer. They have a lot of guys as free agents, so we got to enjoy it while they're doing it.
Okay. And one last question. This is my favorite question to ask anybody. Kobe or Tim Duncan?
Kobe or Tim Duncan? Wow, you went from guard to big.
If you were starting a team.
If I was starting a team, oh my goodness, that's a hard question.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan is underrated, the best hands down ever. I know Kobe Bryant's a great player. He won championships. He's won with Shaq and without Shaq.
Yeah.
But Tim Duncan for me, is probably the best four-man to ever play the game.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, man.
All right,
And,
no problem. Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
You too.
Yeah.